Salut, bonsoir, comment ça va? Je suis Azren, je m'appelle Azren et bienvenue à une autre leçon de français. Did you guys understand that? Maybe you did. Most of it you probably did. Perhaps the last little sentence you didn't understand. Bienvenue. Bienvenue is welcome. So bienvenue à une autre. So welcome to another leçon de français. So a French lesson. We'll get into that sentence in more depth another time. It's a little bit late as I'm recording this. It's about 9:57 p.m. as I'm recording this lesson here. So it's going to be a little bit more of a lightweight lesson, a little bit shorter. Just cover off a couple of little things, nothing super heavy duty. Just a little bit of simple yet useful vocabulary. So as per usual, in the video description below, you're going to see the note file in the Google Doc for this course. All the notes are going to be in there. For now, just direct your attention to the screen and this blackboard, since that is where we'll be covering off all of the notes. If you ever need to go into the Google, if you ever need to look at the Google Doc during this lesson, I will tell you. But for now, just direct your attention to the screen. So we're going to learn a few different things today. As I said, some pretty lightweight things. We're going to cover off days of the week. We're going to do months, and then we'll do numbers. We'll do numbers, not all numbers, obviously, but we'll do some numbers. Okay, and then we'll call this video a wrap. We'll wrap it. We'll finish up with that. We're not going to do a recap or anything of previous lessons today. We're just going to dive into the content and then finish it up. Just because it's late and I don't want to sit up here for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, recording a video. So let's start with days of the week. Okay, so we have Monday. Okay, Monday in French is lundi. 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 Oh, there's a little bit of a glare. Hopefully you can see it. Let's see. Where can I hold this where the glare is minimized? Perhaps here. L-U-N-D-I. Lundi. Okay. I will point out a couple things for pronunciation. Anything with a U-N in French is pronounced un. Un. Right? U-N. Anything with the U-N is pronounced un. Let me give you some examples. We can do a mini pronunciation lesson while we're on this. So we have lundi has a U-N, L-U-N-D-I. We have the word un, right? It's simply U-N. So Monday, this means like a cow, a person, a sister, whatever, right? So this is pronounced un. This is lundi. I'll give you one or two more examples. If we say something like brun, for example, brun, right, which is a word for brown. It's one word for brown. There's a couple words for brown, but this is one of them. Brun, for example, right? B-R-U-N. So anything with that U-N is pronounced un. If you have any questions on how to pronounce that or you'd like to get feedback, just send me a message as per usual. Snapchat, Instagram are preferred. At Polyglot Azren is the username. So P-O-L-Y-G-L-O-T in case you don't have it. P-O-L-Y-G-L-O-T A-Z or Z-R-E-N. Okay, Instagram and Snapchat. Just send me a voice message of you trying to say the sound or even the word Monday, lundi, and I will give you lundi. I'll give you some feedback on if you're saying it correctly or not. Okay. You can also send it on Facebook. Just please note on Facebook, same username, but I can't send you a voice message back. I can only send you a text message. Okay. So we have Monday, which is lundi. Tuesday, mardi. Mardi. So Monday, Tuesday. Okay. So lundi, mardi, lundi, mardi. Wednesday is a bit of a long word in French. I guess Wednesday is a bit of a long word in English too, isn't it? Mercredi, Wednesday. Mercredi. A little bit difficult to say. Mercredi. 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 Okay. Thursday. A little bit easier to say. Jeudi. Jeudi is Thursday. Jeudi. Right? Jeudi. I hope this is clear enough to see for you guys. It's a little bit fuzzy today, it seems, with the lighting and everything, I suppose. Right? Jeudi. Okay. Friday. Vendredi. 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 V-E-N-D-R-E-D-I. Vendredi. I will point out here, this E-N in vent, anything with an E-N is pronounced en. All E-Ns in French are pronounced en. Okay? In fact, small tangent, anytime in French you have a vowel followed by an N, you never pronounce the N, and you're going to get a completely different sound. Let's finish days of the week, and then maybe I can give you a little bit of a small lesson, a small pronunciation lesson on these words with a vowel N. Okay? Saturday is samedi. Samedi. So Sam, as in the name like Sam, kind of like Sam, di. S-A-M-E-D-I. Samedi, Saturday. And lastly, Sunday. Dimanche. Dimanche. Okay, Sunday. Dimanche. Right here. Dimanche, Sunday. You'll also notice here we have another vowel N combination, an A-N right here in dimanche. And that also has a specific special sound that gets created. So French is notorious, and it's known for this, where you combine certain letters and it creates different sounds altogether. Kind of like English in many ways, actually. English does that too. So I'll say all of them once more so you can hear. I'm going to give you a small piece of homework right now. Even feel free to pause the video and do it during the video. To send me a voice message. Send me a voice message on Instagram, Snapchat preferred, or Facebook, and to say all the different days of the week, and I will give you feedback on your pronunciation. Okay? So we have lundi. I'll say each one twice. Lundi, lundi, mardi, mardi, mercredi, mercredi. Ah, that's easier to see. Jeudi, jeudi, vendredi, vendredi, samedi, samedi, dimanche, dimanche. Okay, let me just write that timestamp down right now. So we're at 8:26. Timestamps. 8:26. End of covering end of days of the week. Okay. All right, and then from 8:26 until whenever we're going to go here, we're going to go a small pronunciation point. So, as I said before, in French, when you have these vowel N combinations, we get different sounds that get created. A, E, I, O, U, and then you don't get Y. A, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 vowels. Okay? A-N, anytime you see an A-N or an E-N, they're pronounced en. 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 Okay? Please note that you might see these in different forms. What I mean by that is you might see an A-N-S or an E-N-S. It's still pronounced en. Generally speaking, when a word finishes in a consonant, you do not pronounce that consonant. So The only exceptions to that rule are if you have the letters C, I'll just write these here, C, R, F, or L. So I'll repeat that. Anytime a French word ends in a consonant, the final letter is a consonant, you do not pronounce that consonant unless it is a C, R, F, or L. So if this were a word in French, you don't pronounce as S, it is silent. Or if you had like an ANT, that T is still silent. So this is all, like if there's no S here, all, ANS is still all, ANT is all. If you had like an AN, I don't know, like B, it was like every time you have a final consonant at the end of a word, you do not pronounce it, you ignore it altogether, unless it is a C, R, F, or an L. So if we had a word, you'll never really have it, but if a word ended in like ANF, like ANF, then yes, it's a ONF, you'd pronounce the F. You'll never have an ANF, but if you did have one and it finished in an F, you would pronounce it. Okay? EN, same thing. ENS is still on. ENT is still on, right? ENT is still on. All of these is on. These two both are pronounced on. Okay? I'll give you one example word for now that has both an ENT and an AN, an EN and an AN. The word enfant. So notice, EN says en. Then we have another AN here. So enfant. Enfant means child. Okay? INs are pronounced un. Un. If you ever struggle, I think we once upon a time in this whole series, we talked about INs. I forget what video it was, but we did talk about these. INs, to pronounce that sound, if you want to understand the theory, it's like trying to say the word ash, as in like ashes, like from a fire, ash. When you say that in ash, but then you plug your nose and you go it's a nasal version of ash. So say as in the word ash, but then you have to kind of like pretend you have a cold and you're going like it's going to create that sound. In order to nasalize a sound, so if you're like, man, what the heck is happening in my mouth to make an right? When you have ash and you're going from to it's a very slight movement. Let me think, actually. I believe, let me confirm this. Let me just cycle through it in my mouth and make sure I've got this right. So what you're doing, it's kind of like, imagine your tongue, right? Like if you have your tongue, here's your tongue. Here's the front of your tongue. Here's the very back of your tongue, okay? It's like you're taking the very, very, very back tip, like, and kind of bringing it up just a touch, like it's kind of what it feels like. There's something far back in your mouth. You're raising it a couple of centimeters, and actually, wait a second. Actually, I take that back. It's almost like you're dropping it just a touch to direct some airflow to go towards your nose. It's very technical, but just practice. So these INs are pronounced un. Same thing applies as up here, right? If we have an INS, it is still un. INT is still un. IN, basically everything is still un, unless the word ends in a C, R, F, or L. Okay. INs have some other variations. They're pronounced the same way, but they look a little different. You'll also see this with AIN, okay? And also with IM. So anything with an AIN or an IM is also pronounced un. Let me give you one or two examples. So like the word bain, or even like important. Right? So bain B-A-I-N is like a bath, right? Bain. Notice we have an A-I-N. It is pronounced un. Look at this word, important. That I-M is pronounced un. Un, port, and look what we have at the end, a T-A-N-T. We already know that A-N or A-N-T already says on. So this is pronounced important. Okay, let's look at O-Ns. Okay, so O-Ns are pronounced un. This one we've definitely, I remember we talked about it, so let's go a little bit faster through the pronunciation. O-Ns are basically like saying a British O, like in the word shop, like S-H-O-P, shop, but shop pronounced as if you're from England. So you're saying something, instead of saying shop, you're going to say something like shop, shop, or, and then it's a nasal version of or. So, a great example of the word would be something like, oops, I made a mistake there. Would be something like, if I said, what's the word with an in it? Can't think of a word with an long, for example. Right, long. Right there, L-O-N-G means long, like in English. L-O-N-G, long. This G is silent, right? We do not pronounce it because it is not a C, R, F, or L. So this is silent. Long. U-Ns, we already talked about. They're pronounced actually the same way as an I-N. I-Ns and U-Ns are pronounced the same. It is un. We already talked about those. So what I'll have you do for homework is just send me an audio trying to say, even just trying to say these words, right? Enfant. Here we go. Bain. Important. And then you're going to say un. Try and send me those words. Enfant. Bain. Important. Oh, of course. Long at the bottom. And then un. Just send me an audio, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, an audio message, voice message, trying to say those words there, and I'll give you some feedback on your pronunciation. Does that sound good? I guess one small note, final little side note. These pronunciations are based on a pronunciation from France. If you have a French-Canadian pronunciation, they're going to be a little bit different, and there's a different accent to it. So just as a little bit of an FYI. So we're at 1742. Yep, 1742. So let's write that timestamp down in the Google Doc. 102 pronunciation points in French. Okay. Now, shall we continue? Let's go through the months. January all the way to December. Okay, so let's write these all out. January, and we'll get a good time to practice some pronunciation here. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you. You tell me how you try and pronounce it. Okay, so January, right here. I'll tell you this V-I-E-R is pronounced vier. Vier. How do you pronounce this first syllable? Feel free to hit pause to think about it, and then sit and then then play the video again and see if you got it right. Okay, so this is pronounced janvier. Janvier. So we have an A-N. The A-N is en. Okay, let's look at February. Février. I forget if there's an accent on February. Let me just double check the spelling. I think it's février. Oops, that didn't work. Let's double check very quickly. Février ou février. Yeah, definitely an accent. Good. Okay. Février is February. Février. Février. So janvier, janvier, février. Okay. March is mars. Okay, mars. Felt like this. Oops. Can you see this yet? Can you see that clearly? Okay, you guys can see that, hopefully. Perfect. Just got a notification on my computer. I want to clear this. 2 seconds. Perfect. Okay, good. Mars. Next one, we have January, February, March, April. Avril, 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 A-V-R-I-L. Okay, so January, February, March, April, May is very similar to English. Mai, M-A-I, Mai. Janvier, Février, Mars, Avril, Mai. We have June. Okay, so June we have an I-N, you'll notice. J-U-I-N. So this first part is ju, ju. How do you say this last part? Feel free to hit pause, think about it, try and say it to yourself, then hit play again on the video and see if you got it correct. Okay, so this is ju, this is un. So juin, juin. Janvier, février, mars, avril, mai, juin, juin, juin. Okay. April, May, June. Now we have July. Juillet, juillet, juillet. Lots of silent letters. It's not logically spelled at all. We'll go through the pronunciation of why this is pronounced this way another day. We'll do like a proper pronunciation lesson, or perhaps we'll sprinkle it in every now and then. We'll explain this. Long story short, we know the T is silent because final consonants are always silent, right? We know that, unless they are C, R, F, or L's, right? Double L's often in French are pronounced as a Y, like a Y. So juillet, kind of like the letter Y. Okay, so January, February, March. Oops, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. August, août. I believe the accent is on the U. Let me just double check. Ooh, I haven't written months by hand in a long time. Août. Ooh. Apparently, according to Wikipedia, they're both correct, but I'm pretty darn sure there's an accent. Août, like this. Okay? Août. Août. So this is pronounced kind of like O-O-T is how it's pronounced. Weirdly, this breaks the pronunciation rule of not pronouncing final consonants. French is also notorious for breaking its own rules. So août, right, is août, not ou, or not a août, or nothing like that. Août. Okay? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. September. Septembre. 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 And actually, I want to check if there's an. Oh man, I feel a little bit embarrassed that I don't remember if the E in September in French has an accent. Let me see. No accent. Okay, I was right. I was doubting myself. I haven't written these out by hand in a long time. Okay. Septembre. 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 Okay. September. October. Octobre. 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 October. Okay. November. Novembre. Novembre. Right here. Novembre. This is a good time to point out EMs, as in septembre and novembre, are pronounced the same way as EN, which is just en. So this is not novembre, like this is novembre. So this M is silent in both septembre and novembre. They're silent. Okay. And then December. Décembre. And I'm doubting myself if there's an accent on that first E. I think there is. Décembre ou décembre. Maybe there isn't. Yes, it looks like there is, but I want to check one more thing. Give me one moment. I've been realizing lately even in English, my spelling is a little bit off sometimes. I need to always check stuff, how to spell it right. December has an accent. Correct. I was good. Good. I was right. Okay, décembre. 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 So I'll say them all once more. Janvier, février, mars, avril, mai, juin, juillet, août, septembre, octobre, novembre, décembre. Okay? Perfect. So that takes us 25:30. I'm going to type that timestamp into the Google Doc. Months. Now, let's do numbers. Okay? Let's go numbers just from, let's go 1 to 10 today, just to keep it really simple. Okay? So 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'll say them one more time. And actually, I'll point out some pronunciation things too. Notice we have a UN, which is pronounced un, as we already covered. Un, deux, trois. I'll say this one more time. It's a bit difficult to say. Trois, quatre, quatre. Another IN right here. So how do we say INs? We say un. So it says cinq, six, sept. I'll point this out in sets. This P is silent. You do not pronounce that P. The P is not pronounced. This is pronounced as set, like S-E-T. Sept. Huit, neuf, dix. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, dix. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Okay, well, let's wrap this up here. A little bit shorter than usual, I know. As I said, it would be a lightweight lesson. I'll just give you a quick homework to send me an audio message saying everything that we covered in this video. Okay? Every little word, everything that we covered in this video, just send me an audio message. And on Facebook, Instagram, or Instagram, Snapchat preferred, or Facebook is secondary if you don't use Instagram and Snapchat. Yeah, send me a voice message saying every word that we learned, and I will give you feedback on the pronunciation of it. Okay? Perfect. Well, thanks again for watching. I appreciate your attention, and we will talk in the next video. Bye. See you.